better? Is that any better? It does sound a little better, doesn't it? So this guy here, first going to start with this, just to show how pathetic and pitiful and desperate Flatzoid is. It's not better? Oh well. I don't know what to do about it. Oh, I know what it is. God damn it. Son of a bitch. How's that? Is that any better? It's a video. It's a video. Yeah, I just did that, so that should be better. Yeah, I don't think it's coming through now. All right, good. Yeah, it's a video, and it has music behind it, and I forgot about the music, and I had the volume up. So that's much better. Okay, good. I was like, what the fuck music are you talking about? So, yeah, this is just how pathetic and pitiful and desperate that Flatzoid is. You can hear the video, right? Make sure. Yeah. Dude, you're dishonest, Flatzoid. Oh, people are trying to prove that I lie. Jesus fucking Christ. Hey, RT. Right, because you hurriedly tried to correct it and spelled it wrong. See, the K and the L are right next to each other, Flatzoid. And when you can't type very well, you can hit the K instead of the L. See, in your haste, you fucked up. You can't hear the video. Jesus. All right.
Because he does things like that with the wiki fluff, that's
How's that?
what he's trying to do a 180 reverse on you. You know what I mean?
But it's fine. I said, okay. And then I just showed, I said, do you know your screenshot could be faked? Because, yeah. So anyway, that person, argument was, but look, the date modified and date grade was the same.
Anyway, let's go back a little bit.
Good views last night, everything.
I did.
Guys,
Hey, Petey.
I have something special to open up with first. This is me calling out McToon deception again.
Oh, nice.
I don't know if you guys have been seeing recently. Someone been trying to make it look as if I'm dishonest on McToon's channel by changing descriptions, on my channel and whatever. And, they took a screenshot with me, no information there, just my email address, really my Bitcoin there, and my email is spelled wrong, and they took a screenshot.
Just because he does things like that with the wiki fluff, that's what he's trying to do a 180 reverse on you. You know what I mean?
But it's fine. I said, okay. And then I just showed, I said, do you know your screenshot could be faked? Because, yeah. So anyway, that person, argument was, but look, the date modified and date grade was the same. So I showed them on the video, it's fine. Then, showed me a clip from a tune going live and showing how it's changed. So I thought I'll do something the same to show how easy it is to do this. You can see this is McToon's page, everybody.
Yeah.
His actual YouTube page, blah blah blah. Let's quickly go and read what his section says there. I'm going to make it full screen for you so everybody can see what I did. Let's zoom it in.
Yes, you're a liar. So you edited the source locally and made it say whatever you wanted it to say. But that's not what MC Toon did. That's not what MC Toon did. MC Toon clicked on your channel, clicked on your about link, and your email address wasn't there, Flatzoid.
Hi,
Is anybody-
McToon. Yeah.
Yes, thanks, Charles. Facatzoid.
Hi, I am McClown of the McClown clan, and I want to say thank you to King Flatzoid for showing how easy it is to show my deception once again. All go subscribe to the best flat earther ever, Flatzoid. You rock. You can find me here, Fort Book, Brenda Toon. Yeah, Zitter at McClown. Email me
Well, it's funny. He's got an email address, Flatzoid. You didn't. You didn't.
at mcclown@mcliar.net.
So this is how desperate he is, right? He lied. He tried to fix it, and now he's lying about how it was done. So there wasn't anything special about it, Flatzoid. You fucked up, and I mean, it doesn't matter if your email was there or not. You already knew you were invited. When you were doing a debate with MC2, remember that? When it first started? You knew you were invited. He asked you, how are you excited about it? Yeah, we'll finally get to... Right? Remember that, Flatzoid? You lying skank.
Nice. LinkedIn, Michael Liar Clown Toon. Do not support the lies. So, guys, how was it I was able to do that?
I have no idea. How'd you do it?
Let me quickly show you, because this is what Toon did live, guys. And he didn't want to show everybody. You go there, you say inspect. You look for the piece you want to go. You say edit as HTML.
Okay.
And you change it.
Wow.
There we
Wow.
go.
Didn't you repost it?
Shown a dishonest liar live. And then all you do is close. Let me do it again. And there we go. There we go. McToon shown a dishonest lies flag. So that's what McToon did, guys.
No, it's not what MC Toon did. Hey, Westside Girl Reacts. Happy New Year.
The dishonest McToon went and changed my bio live and said I did it.
No, he didn't, Flatzoid. He didn't, and you know he didn't.
Change.
Hey, M80 Coco. So anyway, that's Flatzoid. So the new chew toy is this piece of shit Gnostic Academy. Now, keep in mind he's a Christian, right? Let's look at his webpage or his YouTube channel. His website, subscribe star, Venmo, PayPal, Buy Me a Coffee, Cash App for care packages. Got a store. He's in Mountain View, Missouri. My whole family's from Missouri. Hey, Wrath, do we really need Missouri? I mean, can't we just give it back to the natives, Native Americans? Lord Jesus Christ. So he's a Christian, right? Oh, wait. Oh, product, Lord Jesus Christ. So that's his store. He's selling Jesus Christ. Is that what he's doing? And you got Telegram chat, Rockfin, BitChute, Rumble, Odyssey. Yeah, all the scumbag fucking social media sites. So yeah, he's evident. Oh, Lord Jesus Christ, there we go. So yeah, he's evidently a Christian. So let's look at some of his videos. So this is his newest one, the KFC bowl model of our flat Earth.
Do you know what?
And yeah, that's what the flat Earth is. Just a bowl of lies and obesity.
Compared to the globe model that doesn't exist, that's not a thing.
Yes, the globe model does exist. It's the heliocentric model. Yes, it does exist.
Do you know what is a better model? Us flat earthers have a better model than their globe model. Do you know what it is? A food container bowl is a better model of the flat earth than anything the globies have presented at all.
Okay, what's under here? What's outside of this thing? What is it?
This sounds like a joke. It's not a joke. A fucking KFC.
No, it is a joke because KFC is yummy and ice cream bowls are yummy and flat earth is just icky and doesn't exist. So listen to how this Christian speaks.
Have presented at all. This sounds like a joke. It's not a joke. A fucking KFC bowl is
a what? KFC bowl? I've been to KFC and I haven't seen a fucking KFC bowl listed on the menu. So you're not quoting KFC. That's not why you said the word fuck, right? That's just part of your vocabulary as a Christian.
a better model of the flat earth. If you put one of those KFC bowls, right, and you got the freaking delicious crispy chicken in there and the potatoes and then all the...
I mean, this guy's got to be a Poe. This guy's got to be fucking... This has got to be parody.
The ocean of gravy that is, right? If you put that on the ground and then you put water in there, would the water maintain level just as it is on Earth? I think it would. I think it would.
You know why it would do that? Because of Earth's gravitational field, dipshit.
Would we experience no rotation on our KFC bowl model of the flat Earth? Yeah.
Yeah, you would, because it's on Earth that's rotating. You're not real smart, are you, buddy? And he knows that I'm live here talking about him. I have him tagged in the title, and I told him I'm going live in response to a comment that he made like 5 minutes ago, like 1 minute before I went live. That's why I was a little late. I was answering his comment that he left like 2 minutes before I went live. So he knows that I'm live and talking about him. So let's see if he shows up. See if he has the balls to show up.
Yes. If you put one of those like plastic lids on top of it, just like we're saying that there's some sort of container or dome, and then you put gases and air inside the KFC bowl, would it stay in there? Yes, it would.
Okay, prove there's a dome. Prove there's this cover over the entire Earth. Prove it. See, all you have is your fucked up Bible that you've translated wrongly to suit your narrative. That's all you have. You have no proof that this even exists. Well, that exists because it's a yummy treat, but you know what I mean.
If you put a bunch of lights and flash on top of the thing that's not physical whatsoever, would you be able to go in there and with some magnetism, things that we don't understand completely yet, see it?
We don't understand magnetism? Yeah, we do. Well, we do. You don't, because you're kind of dumb.
Differently from the different areas of the KFC bowl? Yeah, we could do that too.
So what would prevent, let's say this is your flat Earth, what would prevent someone over here from seeing the sun that's way up here? I mean, take the cookies and stuff out because we don't live on a mountain, right? The Earth has oceans and shit. But on your flat Earth model, what prevents people from seeing the sun everywhere?
Does that mean we have an explanation or a total model of the heavens? No.
Hey, debatable.
We don't. We don't claim to.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. It's the heliocentric model. It's the astronomical model that we have. Yes, we can predict where a planet is going to be, where a star is going to be at any point in time in history. You can't do that. Hey, Stanley, you can't do that with your flat Earth because you're dumb and your flat Earth doesn't exist.
I'm certainly never going to claim that. But that shit right there is a better model than this. You know why?
Okay, predict an eclipse with that bowl of ice cream. Predict eclipses. Predict earthquakes. Geology is part of the heliocentric model. Predict earthquakes. Predict when the likelihood of another earthquake is going to occur. Predict when the next eclipse is going to be, where it's going to be, how long it's going to be for, what the path of totality is going to be. Predict that with your ice cream model, you dumb motherfucker.
Because that's not a model. That's not a model.
No, that's a globe, but it's a representation, and I guess it would be a model. It would be a physical representation of the Earth, and we can predict. We can tell how far it is to get from one place to another. We can compare distances between continents. We can predict sunrises and sunsets with that thing. We can do a lot of stuff with that. But you can't do shit, man, because you don't have a model.
As soon as Dave McKeegan can put a gallon of water on that and spin it at anywhere close to the speeds, then you'd have a model. So, well...
no, you don't. You have a soggy globe and a bowl of KFC. That's what you have right there. You don't understand how physics works, man. You can't put... If you had a magnet, you wanted to see if this magnet would be attracted to this thing, right? And you take both of those things and you put them over a magnet that's like this big, like planet fucking size, and you try and make this magnet stick to this thing. It's going to want to stick here. So you can't do an experiment with gravity within the Earth's gravitational field. You're not smart, are you?
Guys like Dave McKeegan are basically like, wow, flat earthers explain all of this. Dave, how about you show us how?
He has. Dave McKeegan most certainly explains how. He explains how the heliocentric model works all the time. What are you talking about, moron? So, yeah. So that he thinks your time would be worth this. So there is no globe model. Here, watch this. Watch this dumb fuck here.
There is no globe model. Let's explain. What is...
I want to live on the L-shaped chicken nugget. That's where I want to live.
A model. A model is a three-dimensional...
I want to live on the nugget that has the fewest number of beaks in it.
representation of a person or thing or proposed structure, typically a smaller scale than the original. You're supposed to...
But no, that's not what a scientific model is. Here. Scientific model definition. A scientific model is a representation of a system, process, or event in the world that uses a physical, mathematical, or conceptual model, uses a physical, like a globe, mathematical, or conceptual model to help explain and understand it. The goal of a scientific model is to make the subject easier to understand so that it can be used to predict future events. That's not what you're showing here. You're showing the colloquial definition of model, like an airplane model or a car model. Hey, Shifty.
take the thing that you're talking about, this cosmology, you're going to bring the earth down to a scale. And in that scale, it's a system or thing used as an example to follow or imitate, which means
No, that's not what the heliocentric model is.
when you bring this globe earth down to a scale and tilt it and all that other stuff, all of the science that you're purporting works on a macro scale must work on the micro scale.
No, it must not work on the micro scale because you have the gravitational influence of another body on it.
That's what a model.
I mean, you think if I take a globe, it's isolated from everything? Is that what you think? If I buy a globe from the store and bring it home, it's going to have its own fucking gravitational field? Are you that fucking stupid? Are you serious?
Is
I mean, it will, but not that outdoes the gravitational field of the Earth. You pour water on it, it's going to go to the Earth because that's where gravity's taking it.
Make no mistake about it. If you're going to say, oh, we have this ball that's spinning and there's water.
Okay. About 9 minutes ago.
And I appreciate that, Raja.
Oh, no problem, man. I appreciate you picked up.
Well, unless you happen to find a 24-hour sign.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we'll do
So they're buddying up to this moron.
a stream tonight. So I decided to stop by and say hi to.
Is this back far enough? Yeah. Yeah, there you go, RT.
I got to get back to work, though.
Come on,
Enjoy
God
that.
bless you.
Bless. All right, later.
And solve
Bye,
your
Roger.
thoughts.
What's that now?
What's your final thoughts?
Well, if it looks like a duck, walks like a duck, and quacks like a duck, it's probably somebody faking their breath with a vape.
Something like that.
That's so fun. I like it.
And
Hey,
Joe,
look, even
Am I in the right spot?
if even if you're in a condition like that where you can't really see the breath, or it's
Which image? Which image am I looking at?
so wispy that it's not showing up on video, just say that. Just say that. It really makes it look questionable when you do that and then deny doing it when you obviously weren't aware of the other camera that picked you up doing it. And you're going to argue it to a fault and then try to run the Jedi.
What's dodgy? What are you talking about? I don't understand what you're talking about. What image?
Mind trick. If no, you didn't see what you saw. These aren't the droids you're looking for. Get out of here with that, man. You know what I saw? You know, we have a surveillance camera of the perpetrator shooting the clerk in the store. No, Your Honor, that's just not what you're seeing in that video footage. It's like, well, we clearly see the man take out a gun and shoot the clerk. No, that's not what you see at all. What?
that's practically it. Yeah.
But you know, if you go by hearsay, you know what you look at? You look at fucking video, man. You look at video. And the video showed a 24-hour sun in Antarctica. You can talk about your vaping all you want. You can talk about, oh, you picked up a snowball from the wrong place. You can talk about that all you want. But that doesn't deflect from the fact that they saw the sun do something that can't fucking possibly happen on a flat earth.
And it's not about the vaping. It's about being deceptive and lying about it.
Oh, yeah, no, but then it is about the vaping. Because if he wasn't vaping, then he wouldn't have had to be deceptive and lying about it, right? See, when you're not smart, when you try and sound philosophical, you just sound stupid.
Just be truthful and just say, yeah, okay.
Just be truthful, you lying sack of shit. You're saying that? You're saying that? Just be truthful? Fuck you. You fucking shit stain.
I got under pressure that the people were asking me about the breath the whole time, so I panicked and I made a plan. That's it. But he won't even do that. Instead, he'll double down and lie and say he didn't.
They had the audacity to call it an experiment to begin with. And
they have the audacity to call it an experiment. Fuck you. You don't know what an experiment is, shit. Hey, Moses.
Let's go along those lines a little bit. Would you agree that the moment something deceptive or dishonest has been uncovered in your quote unquote experiment, that it is now completely freaking contaminated?
What about in your live streams or your videos that you present? What about then? If you're found to lie once, you have no credibility then, right? Well, you've lied. I've caught you all at lying. I don't know who that is, so I can't make any claims. This motherfucker lies all the time. This is a lying sack of shit. So, yeah, you have no credibility from your own words. From your own lying mouth. You have no credibility, motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
It is now completely contaminated. Forget it. Throw it out. Start over.
Yeah, it's not valid.
That's all I look at it as. You know, and like.
Is that how you look at it as? Sorry. Really?
But I'm just a dumb flirter. I wouldn't.
Fucking Chong motherfucker, dude. Seriously, you are dumb.
Like I said, if Witsit and Jaren had not been the participants on this, and they had received what we've received so far and have digressed.
I got one brownie left. I'm saving it. Yum, yum. And it's an edge piece.
Then they would be all over it too. Treat it like...
Oh, yeah. China loves when Americans prove how fucking dumb we are, right? Absolutely. Hey, Steven.
The NASA footage that you...
Look at the dumb Americans don't know that the Earth is what shape the Earth is. Look at how dumb these Americans are.
Ridicule and go over with a fine-tooth comb all the time. Compare it to that. We're doing the exact same thing.
Mm-hmm.
As would they.
Yeah, rumor has it.
Hey, Roger.
I mean, we know he's a messenger of Satan lying about God's creation. We know that. Right?
Joe?
I don't know what image you're talking about. I don't know what image you were talking about. Was it further back? Hey, Christopher. I missed a little bit. But the derp never ends, so you don't miss much.
You walking in concession and doing this. We see you go down, and we see you.
See, you can see him holding his breath with this lower resolution of video.
Actually, put things to your mouth, and then you show the breath. But if you say no, it's not a lie. Are you saying I'm lying? While we showed this live.
Yes, you're lying. Anyway.
Sticks to it.
Hey, Umball.
and people are upside down and it's holding in gases and air and stuff like that.
No, people are not upside down. You don't live on the moon. That's not your frame of reference. You live on the earth. Everybody's standing right side up, unless they're standing on their heads. But, yeah. This guy's a fucking moron. I mean, this guy's a major grifter.
You were going to say...
Pastor of a church, and he preaches this shit. And he, like, just takes... He gets paid to lie like this. Plus, he's written books. He's a fucking shill, majorly.
Globe model, you have to create a model in which all of that shit works.
Yes, in the heliocentric model is a measurement of all that working.
No, make an actual model in which the physics that you're proclaiming actually works. Do you know what they're never going to be able to do? That. What's a model? It's a likeness made to scale, an architect's set of designs. It's a three-dimensional.
Notice he doesn't have scientific in here anywhere.
Dimensional representation of the science that you proclaim happens on a macro scale. We show it happening on a micro scale.
But that's not possible in all situations.
So what is the ball? What is that globe? What is it? It's actually a concept or a theory.
No, it's not a theory. So you don't know what a scientific theory is either. Wow, this guy's fucked in the head.
There's no model. There's no model. A concept is a general notion, the immediate object of a thought. So in other words, we dreamed it up. We thought it. We conceived it in our heads that this is how this thing works. Great. What is a theory? Essentially that. It's a conception. It's a mental scheme. So do we have a concept and a theory of the globe? Sure, no problem. We can all imagine a globe. We've seen the alleged image or pictures, which are images that are actually just not pictures at all, right, of the globe. So we can conceive that in our minds. Do we have a model of it? No, we do not. Because in order to have a model of it, what is a model? As you guys know, as we just said, it's just like this. It's a model, like model railroad sets, model car.
Yes, that's a model car, but that's not a scientific model.
Those guys would have to make a model just like that in which all of their science works.
Now, you can make this into a scientific model if you put sensors on it and you use it in a controlled way to test the aerodynamics of a car, the wind resistance of a car, how well the tires grip the road. You can do that. But generally, this is not a scientific model. A globe is not the heliocentric model. It's a physical representation of it.
Now, what's so beautiful about this is that they've got all the opportunity to do this in the world. Do you know why? Because of that bullshit that they placed in our classrooms.
More cursing from the Christian.
Globes. You have a...
Hey, you're Victoria.
Quote-unquote representation of what you think conceptually what the earth is. Now that you have that, make any of your science work on that thing. Then you would have a model. In order for them to have a model...
Well, I can show how sunrises and sunsets work with that. Will that work for you? Show me how sunrises and sunsets work on a flat Earth model. Let's compare.
You know what you'd have to do? Put water on that thing. Make it spin really fucking fast and make the water stick to it. Put people upside...
Really? That's what we have to do? Where are we going to get...
Down right there.
Where are we going to get little tiny people?
And
hey, next bro.
And show me how gravity keeps them on the ball in a miniature scale, in a miniature microcosmic scale of how that works. Put a person on there with gravity holding them together, by the way, which, by the way, you would have to make gravity hold that whole thing together. So...
What are you talking? That thing's made out of paper, idiot. Those are made out of paper. Glue holds them together. What a fucking idiot you are.
Then you'd have to spin it.
And again, like I said before, the earth has gravity. It would pull the water off of it, you stupid fuck. You don't really think shit through, do you?
Keep the person on there, and while you're spinning it, have all...
Yeah, according to him, the car should have a working engine and be able to accelerate. Uh, the same as a full-size car. Yeah, that's what he thinks. Okay, sorry, next pro.
All the water stay on the ball. Then you would have a model. Not only that, you also have to figure out and explain, and not even explain. I don't give a shit about your explanations or your conceptions or your theories. Show me a model of air and water and pressure staying on the ball without a container. Fuck the ball. Fuck the globe. Don't even give me a globe that's spinning and has water on and stuff like that. Forget about all that. Just make me a container without a container that contains gas and air pressure.
Yeah, a aquarium or a bucket filled with sulfur hexafluoride. You got atmospheric pressure. You got pressure in the bucket, and it's not contained. Hey, God is nowhere.
Start there. Then
show me your dome. Show me the cover that covers your entire flat Earth. Show me that. See, all you've got is your words, right? Your misrepresentation of the Bible, right?
Then we could say, oh, shit, they have a model. Then us flat earthers may have to be like, well.
And I've challenged him to debate the topic, too. Still waiting to hear back from him.
I guess still geometrically flat, but I guess they do have a model of how, but they don't have that. They haven't even come close. Not even close.
Hey, lumpy gas in a vacuum, how you doing? Your model needs air pressure inside a vacuum. No, we don't have air pressure inside a vacuum. We have a gradient air pressure, atmospheric pressure system that tapers off to space with nothing getting in the way. So your model you need to prove your model. You need to prove that there's a fucking container, asshole. That's what you need. Air pressure in a vacuum. Atmospheric pressure isn't air pressure, dumb fuck. Gas pressure is not atmospheric pressure. They're two different things. You don't understand the difference between that? What grade did you drop out? Because we learned about about this shit in 3rd grade. Did you not make it to 3rd grade? You need to get a fucking refund.
Close. Do you know how many
you air pressure in a vacuum? That doesn't make any sense. Atmo. Atmo isn't a word, stupid. Atmo is not a word. So what?
Things you would have to make work.
Listen to this dumb shit. Look at him. He's a dumb motherfucker.
On that, in order for their model to work?
No, Atmo does not mean air. Atmo is a shortened version of atmos, which means steam or vapor, you dumb motherfucker.
If you're going to proclaim that model for all of those...
Listen to this shit. He just parodied... No, atmos is Greek. Atmos is Greek, not atmo. Atmo is some word you guys made up because you're fucked in the heads. I can't even say the word atmosphere because it has the word sphere in it. What a dumb fuck you are.
Atheists and stuff like that, you might as well make me a flying spaghetti monster model.
Hey, Jarvis, that's what you worship. That's what you worship. You worship the flying spaghetti monster.
Because that's how insane it is. You have a ball tilted, spinning at 1,037.5 miles an hour at the equator that's holding water on it, and people upside down with gases and air pressure and all this other stuff, and you can't mimic any of it.
And if you graduated from high school, you would have learned all this. Why are you asking all these questions, dude?
You might as well make me a flying spaghetti monster model.
It's atmosphere. Atmosphere, you stupid functionally illiterate dipshit. Jesus
That's
fucking Christ.
So stop saying they have a model. You're welcome. Okay.
So stop saying they have a model, because I'm not smart enough to understand the words. Jesus, I don't even want to click on this. Fuck me. We're gonna see more anti-Semitic shit from another flat earther. Hey, great Shamalama Ding Dong.
It's not righteous. It's not spiritually inclined. It's not scientific. All right, welcome everybody. I just wanted to give quick my 2 cents on some of the things that are going on with the TFE, the final experiment, and Jiren and Austin and just basically everything that's going on right now in this sort of like community, which is not really a community. I never really thought it was. So there's that.
No, it's a community. It's a cult, and you're one of the cult leaders.
But let me say this. I think that people really need to step back and take a breather. That's what they need to do. I think people are being extremely irresponsible right now. I think there's a lot of people being extremely immoral. And there's a lot of people...
I don't know. I keep asking him. He says, hopefully sometime soon. And I've said many times, I'm available 24/7, man. I'm available anytime. So he won't commit to a time.
People that are placing blame on people, basically claiming guilt without any sort of actually going through any sort of court of law, if you will, a truth or court of law, if you will. And
truther? You're not a truther, dude.
I think that's really irresponsible.
Hey, Joe Black.
I'll say this from a position as like, look, I'm a pastor. That's what I do, right? Okay, so let me just say this, that for your spirit and your soul work, it is not okay for you to openly make accusations against people, call them shills, frauds, liars, schemers, grifters, whatever it is, without a heap load of sufficient evidence to do so.
Well, you called people at NASA liars. You call Globers liars and shills. Hey, Charlie. Without any evidence at all. So you're a hypocritical fuck.
That is not okay.
And it's shameful that you call yourself a pastor.
Okay, it's immoral.
For Christ.
It's immoral. It's unjust. It's not righteous. It's not spiritually inclined. It's not scientific. It's not going through the scientific method. It's not doing proper research. It's not...
Well, using the word fuck isn't spiritually inclined either, is it? But that doesn't stop you.
Being a good human being. It's not putting yourself in other people's shoes.
No, he's not a pastor. He's a cult leader. That's all he is. He's a grifter.
It's not doing any of that. To wholly accuse somebody of being those sorts of things, a liar or a scammer, without sufficient evidence is not good for your soul. Let me just say that, okay? Why did we become flat earthers, guys? Why did we become flat earthers?
Because you're gullible. You're gullible pieces of shit. That's why.
Because there was a rocky mountain of evidence that the Earth is clearly not what we're being.
No, you have no evidence at all. A rocky mountain of evidence, he says. Show us your evidence. Prove your dome. Show us how a sun can set on a flat Earth. Show us that.
Being told it is, right?
Show us how we can have a lunar eclipse on a flat Earth. Show us that. That would be evidence, sir. Where is your evidence? Because I'm looking at your fucking website here. I'm looking at your YouTube page. Hey, Loose Sapphire. So here, year in review, Christmas special. I mean, I'm not seeing any evidence here. I'm not seeing any videos that would even hint that you have evidence. Those are your live streams. Donald Trump promotes the Gnostic Academy. There you go. That's all you need to see.
My fellow Americans.
That's all you need to know about this motherfucker. So you've got no same sky since dawn of time. Here you go. Here. What about
The
this?
patterns that
So
we see in the heaven have been the same since the very moment that God spoke light. And
no, they haven't been. No, they haven't been. The sky's constantly changing, man.
God said, "Let there be lights in
So where's your evidence? Where's your evidence?
the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and for years, and let them be the lights in the firmament of the heaven to."
Hey, Mr. Jingles, how you doing? Is this the guy who cried on McToons? I'm not sure. Not sure. I don't know if he's ever debated MC Toon.
Give light upon the earth. And of course, God made two great lights, the sun
Are you talking about Flatzoid? Yeah, Flatzoid's one of the guys that cried on MC Toon.
and the moon. That's clearly what it references.
So how can the light stop here? How can it only illuminate this much here? And why isn't it illuminating half of the flat Earth like it does in reality? Why isn't it doing that, man? What's out here? What's this? Space? Space is fake according. Where's your dome, dude? Where's the dome? Where's your dome? Where's the cover that holds the gas in?
Now our experience and
see, he's just got horse shit. He has no evidence. He just has his Bible. The Bible isn't evidence of anything.
Scripture tells us that the stars we see in the sky have been the same since God placed them there in the beginning. Now, once again, can we prove that? No, we can't prove that. But
then shut the fuck up. If you can't prove anything, then you can shut the fuck up about evidence, right?
You know what we do have is actually the study of archaeoastronomy will actually give credence, and you could even say evidence or actual proofs to say that no, the pattern of the sun and the moon and the stars in the sky have been the same since the dawn of time. Once again.
So archaeo evidence? You mean how the Chinese have tracked Polaris in the sky over centuries as moving away from the center, from the rotational center? You mean like that? See, it's all this guy has is just his religious bias and fucked up beliefs. He has no evidence for anything, right? None. Zero. He's got nothing, man.
Up there, not this winter, last winter, to see if it was oriented to the...
I mean, he's got nothing. Yeah, where was the turtle?
Clearly, we could see it's flat. Clearly, it's not, it's not spinning.
Clearly, it's not spinning. How do you know? See, the human body does not have the sensory organs to detect the rotation of the Earth. Constant velocity, just changes in velocity, changes in trajectory.
Gas and air, and so it needs a container. NASA, JAXA, ESA, and ARS, which is hilarious, are all full of shit. I mean, that's been made absolutely clear to anybody with 2 billiard balls of brain cells up there in the...
Yeah, so it's just clear to anyone who understands shit, right? But you haven't proven anything.
The billiard table knocking around, okay? It's clear as day that these organizations are frauds, that they're lying about everything 6 ways to Sunday.
So you have no evidence, no proof of that, but you just said that it's immoral to accuse people of fraud without evidence, right? That's what you said. You have no evidence that it's fraud, just your opinion. So you're immoral.
We also can see that all of the things that make the Earth flat and provably geometrically flat, once again.
No, it's not been proven geometrically flat, you stupid fuck. You're a liar, sir. You're a feckless, fucking pathetic, desperate liar.
It doesn't mean there isn't topography. I'm just saying that the plane of the Earth, that's what we're on. There was so much evidence. It forced so many of us, even when we didn't.
See, they keep saying there's so much evidence. Oh, it's been done 1,000 times, but they can never show when it's been done 1,000 times or the evidence. They can never show the evidence. They can just say, oh, we have a lot of evidence. Because that guy told me we do. And that guy told him.
want to come to that truth because there was so much evidence. I'll just say this, when it comes to claiming that the final experiment was a fraud, it's all a sham, it's all green screen, any of that sort of stuff, do we have a Rocky Mountain worth of evidence to say that?
No, you don't. You have none, sir. None. Zero.
Do we? If you think we do thus far, I would just say this, and I'm going to say this with some heart, like, you really need to do some re-examination of your critical thinking skills and your discernment.
I love when flat earthers talk about critical thinking skills. Discernment. I love that.
That's what I would say. Now, what do I think about this? Okay, let me say this. A proper analysis, a proper research of what's going on, dealing with this properly in all sorts of ways, morally, socially, that sort of stuff, would not be to walk in there, see a few alleged anomalies or inconsistencies or incongruencies and be like, frauds. That's not a proper scientific investigation. It's not a good moral one, that sort of thing. What you should be doing, and what all people...
See, we just saw what you consider a proper investigation. And you suck.
People should be doing right now that are questioning this and other things is, number one, obviously question it. We should be questioning everything, especially everything on our screens. Duh, I think that's a pretty clear thing, right? But when you question this, don't just immediately be like...
But you won't question God, will you? Or the Bible, will you? No, just scientific shit, right? Just shit that proves your Bible wrong, right?
Oh, that doesn't make sense to me. That doesn't make sense to me. That doesn't make sense to me. Therefore, Jaron and Austin and everybody that's involved are all shills, and anybody that's arguing for them are shills, or what?
And that doesn't make sense to me, and that doesn't make sense to me, and that doesn't make sense to me. So NASA and JAXA and ours are shills, are lying, right? Right?
Whatever it is. What you should be doing is taking a step back, taking another step back, taking a few breaths, taking another step back, and giving this some time. That would be the responsible thing to do. It would be the adult thing to do. It would be the moral thing to do, and say, let's let this information trickle out before we start making wholesale accusations about people's characters, their souls, their spirits, all of that. What I saw people doing recently with this whole thing, and the only reason I'm even saying anything, is I've seen people act like a bunch of rabid dogs.
Did you see the Flat Earth Command? The latest one? I haven't seen that yet.
Dogs. Like...
We can go through it.
Just being like, it's all a fraud, it's all fake, I'm going on X and that sort of stuff. As if like they haven't been fed for 4 days and somebody just threw them a friggin' bone. And I don't think that's healthy. What we should be doing...
Is it healthy to lie all the time? Because that's what you're doing, sir.
Is stepping back and saying, okay, let's make 2 columns here, people. Let's put in one column all of the things that said that, hey, it looks like they really did go. They went on they got the money, and they did all the live streams before that, and they boarded the plane, and they got the footage of there, and blah blah blah. Let's put it all in that category and say, oh, well, there is a lot of things that really does seem like they did go. Then in the other column, let's put all of the inconsistencies or...
Hey, Tim Brown. Yes, I believe he is in a yurt. Which means I don't think he can't be in California, because yurts are illegal to live in California. But yeah, he lives in Missouri in a yurt. I kind of envy him.
Alleged anomalies. Oh, there's a shadow here. Oh,
not the Missouri part.
Oh, his vape pen and his breath here. Oh, there's no tracks in the snow here. Oh, well, blah, etc. Then you take those columns and then you wait. And you say, well, let's get some more information coming in. And let's also reasonably assess all of the things that could be reasonable explanations for all the alleged anomalies. And this...
He's discernmenting right here. Discernmenting.
This is not making an excuse for either side or taking sides at all. This is just being reasonable about your investigative skills. We could be talking about something completely different, and I would say the exact same thing to you. We could be talking about something completely.
They do have yurts, but they're like temporary structures. They're temporary living arrangements, like with like a resort or a campground or something. But you can't have a yurt in California as your primary permanent residence.
Completely non-controversial at all.
It may have changed, but last time I checked on it, that's what it was.
And I would say the same thing to you. Before you run in and jump in and be like, lies, scammers, etc., fraud, I've exposed it all so I can get my fucking subs on YouTube and things. Take a breather, step back, and analyze. Let things come in and be reasonable with your assessments. If it turns out that this was a sham and it was all a fraud, guess what, guys? All of the footage and all of the things that come in are going to show that to be true.
And what if it isn't a liar and a fraud, and it actually showed something that can't happen on a flat Earth? What about that? What then? What then, buddy?
What I'm saying thus far, though, what I've seen as the collective evidence that this is all green screened and fake and all that other stuff is weak as fuck, and in a court of law would never fly. Never fly. Which means the people that are immediately rushing and coming to the conclusion that these guys are frauds and scammers and liars and that sort of stuff are saying guilty as charged. We're not going to bring you through. You're not going to get any way to actually argue we're not going to go to court of law. You're not going to be able to argue your points and things like that. And even if you argue your points, we're not listening to you because you're already a liar.
Yeah, I saw that.
I don't think that's healthy at all. I don't think that's healthy at all. You know, one of the reasons that I need to say this stuff too is because I've been doing this online since 2011, something like that, I think November 2011, and I've been around, doing conferences and podcasts and being on people's shows and all of that sort of stuff for 13 years now. I've been writing books, I've been making videos, documentaries, all of that sort of stuff. And over the years, there's been many times where people have said, oh, you're a fraud, or you're a shill, or you're a fed. And there has been, because I know it doesn't exist, there's been zero fucking evidence to say that about me. None. Yet, what was it easy for people to do? Just because
Well, I know you're a liar. You are the evidence of your lies.
say something they may not like, or I'm challenging a worldview, or whatever it is, it's just easier to deny and just claim that this guy's a fraud, or he must be paid, or something like that. And for me, it's just kind of hilarious because do you know how many people, I mean, like we had people come over and shit in our bucket in Hawaii, dude. Like, if you're gonna make a claim about certain people, especially like me, you gotta bring something to the table. The funny thing is I know there's nothing.
Yes, you're a liar. You're a liar, sir. You're pushing a lie.
That's the funniest thing. So I could only put myself in Jaron and Austin's shoes for a second here. If they are legitimate, which I have no reason to think they're not, if they are legitimate, what if that happened to me? I'm going to put myself in Austin's shoes right now. If I decided as the pastor of the Gnostic Church and Academy of Lord Jesus Christ, and for 13 years I had been vulnerable out in front of people, speaking my mind, seeing me, build in Hawaii and go into Missouri and all this other stuff, passionately exclaiming all these things, making documentaries, working my damn tail off to bring people truth. And then I decided.
But you don't bring truth. You bring lies.
To go on that trip, and I went down.
Debate me, and I'll expose you for the liar you are.
To Antarctica. South. Old programming dies hard. I went south to Antarctica, and I came back, and all these people that had been following me for years decided on just from that alone that I was a sham, or I was a shill, or I was a fed. Do you know what I would do? If I was in Austin's shoes right now, I probably wouldn't be on YouTube either. I tell you what, if the people that watched me for all those years reacted like that to me, you would never hear from Marty Leeds again. That's a promise. That's a promise. Yeah,
that's one of my favorites too, Real Cygnus. Yes, that Disney and NASA and Amazon collaborated to pull it off.
I would shut this down. I would shut my channel down. I would post one last video saying something like this thereof. I would shut it down. I would shut my website down. My books would no longer be for sale. And we would still keep our church going, but it would be private at that point, meaning that we would be doing it just in-house. I wouldn't give a shit anymore about trying to be out online, be vulnerable in front of people, help people, assist people. Do you know how many people, whether you like Jaron or Austin or not, doesn't even friggin' matter. I don't even like Jaron. Jaron might hear this. Sorry, bro. I think you're kind of a knob sometimes. Okay? We can get into that later. We probably won't. It doesn't matter. You don't even have to like either one of these guys at all. But do you know how many people they brought to truth? Do you know how many people they brought to countless lies?
0.
They're all paid shills agents. Maybe. But you better bring some evidence to the table with that. Otherwise, you really need to do some re-examination.
Evidence? Flat earthers?
Of yourself. Because like I said, I just put myself in those shoes. I've already been down this road. And it happens, of course. I'm not bitching about it or complaining. But it sucks. Marty, you're a fraud. You're a Fed. Really? You should go...
Yes, you are a fraud. Absolutely, you're a fraud. I don't know about Fed.
Go talk to my mom, because she's going to be like, well, no, because I used to wipe his ass. You should go talk to my friend Jake Buell when I fell asleep, passed out, drunk.
So, having your diapers changed doesn't prove that you're not a Fed. What are you talking about? Or a fraud?
With my head in his couch. You really think that was a CIA guy there, dude? Calm down, people.
Really? I mean, this is exactly what a Fed, what an undercover Fed would say.
It sucks. Marty, you're a fraud. You're a Fed. Really? You should go talk to my mom, because she's going to be like, well, no, because I used to wipe his ass. You should go talk to my friend Jake Buell when I fell asleep, passed out, drunk with my head in his couch. You really think that was a CIA guy there, dude?
Dude? That's exactly what a fucking Fed would say, trying to blend in. And they'd say it just as awkwardly as that. If I was a Fed, could I do this? Hey, Dakin.
Calm down, people.
Dude.
We know there's frauds, liars that we've been lied to about so much. Obviously, we're talking about the earth being flat. For Christ's sake, I understand this to be true. But...
No, you've been lied to about the earth being flat. You got that right.
That doesn't mean that you can go out with the eyes like that into the world and everybody you see and everybody you know and you see one thing that doesn't make sense to you or is incongruous or an anomaly and next thing you know, they're all frauds, they're all liars. I'm just telling you from experience, that's not good for your health. It's not good for your soul. It's not. Okay? And I want to tell you guys, I've been on the receiving end of that and that sucks. Especially when I know it's 100% not true. God knows it's not true. Everybody that's around me that loves me, my friends, my family, everybody I grew up with knows it's not true. But some jackass on the web who's obviously undergone lots of programming, wizard spells, trauma, we understand. We understand. We understand the psychology behind this. But it's not okay.
We understand.
Moral.
Who's we? Who's we?
To just throw those accusations against somebody unless you got evidence. Do we have evidence of Benjamin Netanyahu being a fraud? I think we do. I think him wholesale slaughtering children and ordering the armies to do such is pretty fucking wicked. I think we can all come to the conclusion that that guy ain't no good.
Yes, he said wizard spells, so he's basically calling flat earthers wizards.
But I don't think you can take those same eyes and point it at the doofus Jaron. No offense, Jaron. So, I think we...
That is about the most unflattering picture of Jaron.
Need to calm down. That's all I'm saying. If you come to this video right now and dislike this for me simply saying, let's be rational, let's be reasonable, let's wait and let some more information come out.
I mean, if you're missing any carrots, this guy probably knows where they are.
Then I don't care what your opinion is of things. I don't care what your belief is. I don't care what you think about me. It doesn't matter, because I know I'm not dealing with a person that's being an adult. I'm dealing with somebody who has the emotional output of a child, and we all are flawed. Good
Yeah, he is making good points.
Lord, I'm a sinner. We all know that. Okay? But there is a certain amount of this that when you get on this sort of path, what a truther path really should be about, mind you, is becoming better people. Duh. I can't believe I'm the person that has to say that, but apparently it's true. And that's a tough journey, don't get me wrong. Still on it myself. But that's part of it. You're not becoming a better person by claiming somebody is in fault or whatever it is, or guilty, without even giving them their day in court. One of the things that was really interesting to me, and it was the thing that I pointed out immediately, was the...
But see, dude, all these people you're talking about, they're making all these conclusions and all these accusations, they're using the same discernment you have. They're using flat earth discernment.
The reactions to all the participants. If you actually watched and I wasn't paying that much attention to this, but I kept, I stay in the peripheries or whatever, and I hear these things and I pay attention, that sort of stuff.
And he still hadn't dropped by. Don't see him in the chat. So
when I saw the reactions of the participants, essentially as soon as they got down there and found out that there was a 24-hour sun in Antarctica, down there south, you know what I mean. To me, it seemed just completely genuine. When I saw Jaron looked like his reaction was exactly the reaction that you should be expecting from him, from a guy that's been saying for 9 years, I don't know why he was saying this, but for 9 years saying there's no Antarctic sun, it can't possibly be. And then he gets down there and he finds out almost immediately that there is. Jaron looked like he just ate a big old fat dick. That's what his reaction looked like. Okay? Austin, same sort of thing. It was all of a sudden you saw Austin get down there, and it was almost like he didn't have much to say or whatever. He was just kind of, be calm. I don't know what to say about this. All of a sudden you could see the pressure just building on this guy in real time. Then on the Globy side, you saw the gloater, the gloating globers, as they say, right? I saw that video of MC.
Nobody says globing globers.
And Dave McKeegan, and they looked like they were celebrating the cup.
Call pot smoke reefer gas. Let us know that you're a Fed.
Cubs just finally winning the series.
Yes, he is a very Christian pastor.
They were celebrating the genuine expression of joy on their faces. It looked like they just won the freaking sweepstakes. They
did. They absolutely did.
Just hit big.
It destroys your flat earth, man. Why can't you come to grips with this?
At the casino. That's what those reactions were. Now I want you to take the reaction of Jaron and Austin eating their words. And then I want you to take the reaction of the gloating globers celebrating like they just won $1 billion. And then compare that to Robbie Parker. Robbie Parker, because this is on YouTube, I'm going to say this. Robbie Parker, I did make the documentary Dear Wolfgang, just so you know. Robbie Parker lost a child at Sandy Hook. And that was his reaction. So let's just say when the government does things, the reactions tend to look a little bit different, don't they? Okay. Well, does that prove anything, Marty? No, of course not. It doesn't prove anything. But what is it? It's one of those data points that we need to put on our list of considerations of saying, God, that seems pretty legitimate. Because when the government fakes shit...
Yes, he is saying that 24-hour sun should be seen on a flat Earth.
And we watch their interviews like at the.
I mean, he honestly, I don't really know what he's trying to say. I think it's just more damage control.
Nightclub, the polls, and the running thing at Boston, and then the Vegas and the floor 135, room 32 shit. When we see the reactions of all those people, what does it look like? Does it look legitimate? Does it look like those people were actually undergoing some of the most stressful times of their lives? These things are important. All of these things are very important in your consideration. One of the reasons...
Yeah, he is. Yes, he is, Next Bro.
That I'm partially just not even defending Jaron or Austin or even taking any position on whether they went or not. The only thing I'm defending here is proper research and analyzing things. Not
proper research and analyzing things. So then you're not a flat earther since you saw a 24-hour sun, right?
Jumping to conclusions, taking your time with things, and doing a really thorough job at going through everything. You want to go 360 around a subject, then you want to do 720 around that bitch too. You can't just immediately react, say, fake, false, that sort of thing, insinuate and incite people to do that as well, without a Rocky Mountain worth of evidence to do so. Because if not, guess what? That judgment upon other people, that accusation about their character, about their spirit, about their soul, will be on your soul.
And so you're saying that to yourself after accusing all of the space agencies and the people who work there of being liars?
Especially if it finds out that, guess what? Maybe you were incorrect about that. What if it turns out you were incorrect about that? If it turns out that they didn't go and it's all a sham and a lie, I won't lose a fucking bit of sleep because I'll just have been honest the entire time. Let's be reasonable about this. Eric Dubé's latest video was incredibly irresponsible. Now, Eric Dubé doesn't come hang out with those plebes, us commoners, does he? No, he doesn't. No, Eric doesn't do that. But his video was incredibly irresponsible because
I invited you on to come to my live stream. I guess I'm just a plebe, right?
What he did was insinuate all of those things. He insinuated that...
Or would you be the plebe? I don't know.
It's all a conspiracy. It's all a lie. These things are alleged proofs of such. We can't trust any of these characters. Does he have proof of any of that? Did he ever once grant to the other side, well, there is a lot of things that does seem like they did go? No. If it turns out they didn't, it's all a lie. Great. If it turns out they did, though, then what will happen is that a lot of you people that have come out and immediately call these guys shills and frauds and stuff like that, let me just prophesize into the future, if you will. You're going to owe those guys a huge, huge apology. And if you don't, that shit is going to wear on your soul. I'm a 45-year-old man. Am I 45? I don't even know anymore. Bad with math. I'm getting to be an old man, and I've lived some life, And I've known what it can do to you if you do not maintain dignity and integrity and be truthful and honest and actually take a full spectrum view of what you're dealing with. If you jump in willy-nilly and start pointing fingers and making accusations, I'm just here to tell you it's going to end up hurting your soul. And that's not some threat. That's me saying from personal experience, I've been down that road. It's not healthy.
Now see, that's bullying. You're bullying people and you're using religion as a weapon. That's what you're doing. It's called psychological manipulation, and you're doing it through religion. That's what you're doing. My father used to do that to me all the time. You can do what you want, but I don't think it would be right.
It's not. Guys,
You're trying to guilt people into thinking a specific way.
please do me a favor, okay? Take a breather. Take a breather. Let some time pass. Consider other things you may not have thought before. I think that the latest video that I just did talking about this proved that I think there's a lot of people that need to do that with a lot of things. Okay? Meaning even how you even think about your cosmology. I think you need to take a step back. Take 2 steps back, take 2 deep breaths, take another 3 steps back, and re-examine things a little bit. And do it with some humility. That's, do you know that the one thing the devil can't fucking stand is humility? He doesn't know what to do with it. He's like, oh, Jesus, what do I do with this? Jesus.
Yeah, you should show some humility also, dude.
It's like, God, I could attack him from here and there, but... So anyway, that's it. My rant over.
It's like Brian Leakey telling people they should be humble and listen to what he has to say and believe him. Yeah.
Just don't jump to conclusions. That's all I'm saying. Okay? Let me just end with this. This reaction right now that we're seeing from so many people is one of the reasons that I sort of extricated myself from really going to some of these conferences.
Hey, Martin.
And doing that sort of thing. Because I realized that a lot of these people that were going to those things did come to a lot of truths and have recognized and have woke up in many different ways and have exposed lies and conspiracies and things like that. But
No, they haven't. No, they haven't exposed lies and conspiracies. They're just paranoid, sycophantic, gullible people, man. That's all they are. It's all you are.
one of the things I always thought was lacking was that spiritual connection, because there's this line you go up to be like, oh, it's all fucking lies. They're liars. They're schemers. There's the devil left, up, down, left, right, and center. I can sense it. Then you get there and then you're like, oh, now I got to cross a line and get to the other side and start looking back and be like, oh shit, yeah, I guess that's what that was. Okay, cool. Now let's work on myself. Let's try to center that lamb within, if you will. And so, anyway, that's what we're here to do. Gnostic Academy. It's like a big pie, and there's a dark side and a light side, and we're trying to actually get you to understand the whole thing. So, anyway, that's...
Jesus. What a doomed bastard. I'm just looking for Astrology of Adam and Eve explained in 1 minute. Oh my God. This idiot.
Good morning to all of my good birds and to all of my allies across the motherland.
I'm not going to play this. I don't give a fuck what it's about. So, where was that? The archaeology.
So,
the astrology of Adam and Eve explained in 1 minute. So you're a Christian, claim to be a Christian, a pastor, talking about astronomy or astrology. Okay.
Adam and Eve. Adam is a man, Eve is a woman, obviously. They were the progenitors of all mankind.
Ah, boobies.
And this is known as Cepheus.
Legal boobies.
And Cassiopeia, which are 2 circumpolar constellations. Adam, Cepheus, Eve, Cassiopeia, and they're right next to what? A big damn serpent in the sky. Jesus was taken up by the serpent to a high place where he could see all the kingdoms of the world. The serpent, the old serpent, the devil. That's Draco. Draco took him to the high point in the sky so he could literally see all the kingdoms of the world. And what's up there? The progenitors of all mankind, an Adam, an Eve, a Cepheus, and a Cassiopeia, and a big damn serpent.
Wow. Wow, this guy's fucking lost it. It's the Garden of Eden as the North Star is the Garden of North Star. So that's the North Star. Polaris is over here, dude. Polaris is over here. It's not in the center. It's over here. See, he ripped that out. He tore that out. He had another one.
Progenitors of all mankind, an Adam, an Eve, a Cepheus, and a Cassiopeia, and a big damn serpent.
Cepheus. The constellation's brightest star is Aldebaran. It's also called contains the star Delta Cephei, which is the prototype of the Cepheid variable stars. Was a king of Ethiopia in Greek mythology. In one myth, was forced to sacrifice his daughter Andromeda to the sea monster Cetus. Perseus eventually saved Andromeda and married her, and Cepheus adopted their son Perses. So no, it's not Adam and Eve. He's just a fucking lunatic. And Cassiopeia. Cassiopeia. A constellation of the northern sky easily recognized by a group of 5 bright stars forming a slight irregular W. It lies at 1 hour right ascension at 60% north. Its brightest star, Shidar, Arabic for breasts, has a magnitude of 2.2. Cassiopeia was the goddess of Greek mythology, was king of Ethiopia and wife of King Cepheus of Ethiopia. She was arrogant and vain, characteristics that led to her downfall. So, yeah, he's just full of shit. See, he's a Christian trying to talk about Greek mythology. He's a disgrace. He is a slap in the face to Christians. Septenary gematria explained in 5 minutes.
Gematria is commonly defined as the ancient art of assigning numbers to letters to reveal deeper meanings and significance to words. Gematria is a dance.
Yes, and it is akin to phrenology, studying the bumps on people's heads. It's bullshit and has no relevance to reality.
Of numbers and letters, a perfect blend of magic and sensibility, a waltz of the miraculous and the practical, a holy marriage of art.
Why? I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Where's 8 and 9? And where's 0? Why does it go backwards? And why do you have to stack the letters up like this? Shouldn't each letter have their own number? That's weird.
In science, the cipher is
so N and A can be 1, B and O can be 2, can be the same. So C and P are basically the same. Okay.
There's 26 letters of the English alphabet, and so what we did is we split the English alphabet.
Right, and there's an infinite amount of numbers. So why are you limited to 7?
Into HIJKLM, 13 letters and 13 letters, okay? NOPQRSTUVWXY
Why? Why are you splitting it?
and Z. So basically, the first time I did this is walked up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and I stopped there, and I was like, oh man, that's the G. So this is all based on the number 7. Once again, 7 is 6, 5, 5, 5, 1 equals 22. And 22 divided by 7 is 3.142.
Oh, no!
It's pi.
So pi equals 7 or 22? What the fuck are you talking about? That's not what pi is, man. That's not what pi is. Pi is a ratio between the circumference of a circle and the radius. What the fuck are you talking about?
Once again, we walk up. We walk back down.
Why? Why are you walking back down? Why?
I'm just going to repeat what we did up top here. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, if you notice, the 7 is what? It's on the T. Do you know what this is?
No, it's on the G. 7's on the G. You just said it right here.
Once again, 7 encodes pi. We just did that, equals 22. And that's pi. Well, the mathematical constant of tau is 6.28. It's 2 times
Okay.
pi. 3.14 times 2 is tau. Do you know what the symbol of tau is? It's a T. Pi is...
Oh, well, I'm fucking convinced. So, tau is half of this, but it's twice as much?
encoded twice in our alphabet, in the letters G and in the letter T. And in the letter T, it's the second pi. Well, that second pi is 6.28, which is tau.
But the letter T is not the 7th letter of the alphabet. Gematria comes from Hebrew, dude. From the Hebrew language. So how are you gonna translate the Hebrew letters into English letters? How are you gonna do that?
How? O man, know God and thyself, and thou shalt not want in heaven on earth deceptionaris mysteris. About the hidden, holy, wondrous cipher 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is what the Rosicrucians were saying. Being full of divine secrets and natural obscurity and the light of mercy and of nature, that is, the revelation and the true right knowledge of Jesus Christ.
Man, his head is just so full of garbage. Wow.
God and man, all earthly and heavenly wisdom and in heaven on earth. So now we're going to show you where the cipher exists all over the world. Then we'll take a little break. So the first thing is Genesis and creation. We all know. What is Genesis? What does it tell you? God created the world in 6 days and rested on the seventh. We all just saw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We rest. Correct? Yes. How about your hands and your feet? You literally walk up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And that's on your hands and your feet.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. What? Yeah, the number 7 is in there. What does that have to do with anything?
The fundamental mathematics in which that cipher is created is absolutely on your hands and your feet. This is the emblem of Israel. There's the leaves on the side there. Goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then just labeling them 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You just created the cipher.
Oh.
cipher. Not only that, what is the cipher based on? 6 around 1, which is exactly what they give you in the menorah in the center of it. Here's the...
But you got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. You got 12 berries. What does that mean? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Yeah, 12 berries. What does that mean?
UN symbol. You have these leaves, these reeds on the side, and these are all separate. The one on the very bottom there is connected. You can see it's connected like this, okay? And you can even count the wreaths, and it's...
But why are you counting this twice? Why are you counting this twice? You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Oh, I see.
Literally the exact same thing here. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, what about the old English? What about the old English alphabet? Yeah, there's a lot of letters that are left out in Old English. So what about then?
5, 6, 7. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, if we add the bottom 2 wreaths, do you know what that equals? 28. 28 leaves. How about the phonetics of Jesus Christ? Notice that the first and last letters of the Alpha and Omega in his holy and great name are the letters J and T.
And in Greek is Jose Christos. So it would be S. It would be the last letter. Right? So you're taking English words and you're trying to use Hebrew gematria on them.
These letters in our modern English tongue are pronounced with a long G in Jesus and a short T, sound for Christ. These phonetics captured within Jesus' name actually represent where the 2 sevens are found in our alphabet. How about the Ouija board? They literally walk up A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T.
What? No, it's not what they did here. Where's G? See, you've added numbers here. Do you know what Ouija means? Do you know what Ouija means? Means yes, yes. That's what Ouija means. Ya. Ouija. Ouija. So, and this is a toy, dude. This has nothing to do with reality. It's a toy.
T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. They split it, A through M, N through Z, and walk up to G and T. Notes of the musical scale. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Is there an H note?
Yeah, yeah. I was about to say that. Jesus doesn't begin with G, dipshit. Jesus doesn't begin with G, with G. It begins with J, which would be 5 or 4. So, what the fuck are you talking about? Jesus doesn't begin with the letter G. Wow, this guy's just totally fucked in the head.
Notes of the musical scale. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Is there an H note? No, there's not. What is that? It's the fundamental math to create the cipher. How about the Last Supper? Who's in the center?
There's no H, but what the fuck are you talking about? And why are you going backwards? See, I wouldn't. Why didn't it go 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13? Why don't you do that?
Jesus. So you got the 6 disciples on the left, and you got the 6 to the right. So if you just walk up to Jesus and then walk back down, what does the Last Supper create? It's absolutely based on the fundamentals of math you find literally everywhere.
See, but math is not limited to 7 numbers, stupid. The fuck are you talking about? This guy's just an idiot. The geometry of Jehovah. De-occulting the International Space Station. Jesus fucking Christ. That's an hour long. No way I'm fucking watching that shit. I mean, he's just a mess. The vegetable lamb of Tartary. What? Fuck me.
Today we're going to talk
Of course he's a Tartarian. He's a fucking mud flutter.
about the vegetable lamb of Tartaria, which, you know, we're in the middle of a pandemic, you know, and all of these things going on in the
And of course he's a fucking anti-vaxxer, COVID denier. He's just so fucked in the head. Hey, Professor Phil Bell.
compulsory mandated.
Yes, but he said he said they have a Rocky Mountain of evidence. That's what he said.
Next thing, you know, there's all these things happening in the world, and Marty thought the best idea would be to talk about a riddle that no one's ever even fucking heard of. Seems like the most appropriate thing to do, right? Tartaria. I'm not going to get into Tartaria because, like, what it is and things like that, because I'm assuming that if you've clicked on this and got this far into the live stream, you know what Tartaria is. As far as we can tell, this was a country, an empire.
No, it wasn't. No. Tartaria is just a group of people, man. It's humanity. That's what Tartaria means. Jesus fucking Christ. I don't believe I gotta look this shit up for other adults. Tartaria can refer to a historical region or group of conspiracy theories or a village in Romania. Wasn't a country. Tartary was a historical name for Central Asia and Siberia. In Western European literature called and cartography, it was the general term for a large part of Asia bordered by the Caspian Sea and the Ural Mountains, the Pacific Ocean, and the northern borders of China, India, and Persia. No, it wasn't a country. It was an area, and there was no mud flood. Jesus fucking Christ.
That was a well-established empire as far as we can tell.
But I've seen basements, and how can basements be below the ground level? That had to be a flood that made them into a basement.
And it was clearly like an empire. It was, and we have never heard of anything. We weren't taught about any of it in our schools, things like.
Right, because it's bullshit. It's bullshit. Tartaria is bullshit.
That. And as far as we know, there was like many different, like it was an empire. There was many different lands that were considered Tartarian lands. There's all these sorts of questions. All we do know is that none of us were.
You know what wasn't considered Tartarian lands? The United States, asshole. The United States and the New York World's Fair. That's not what Tartaria was. Or England. England wasn't in Tartaria.
Were ever taught about it. None of us. I mean, the first time you heard tartar was about a sauce. Okay, we never heard of Tartaria or Tartary or anything like that. And yet you have. I'll share a few. This comes from stolenhistory.org. If you want to check out the site.
Stolen history. Okay.
This even says this is from the CIA. It's a document in 1998 and created in 1957.
As created by the CIA. Where does it say this is created by the CIA?
It was declassified in 1998. It says.
And yes, it was a tract. It was a tract of land. It was just a huge area of land. Central Asia.
Tartaria or Tartary was not just a tract. It wasn't just some unexplored land that they just said, up there, that's Tartaria or whatever, right? It was a country.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Country. Here again, the communists have interfered in a shameless manner. For example, the Central Committee of the Communist Party sitting in Moscow issued a directive ordering the party's Tartar Provincial Committee to proceed to a scientific revision of the history of Tartaria. to liquidate serious shortcomings and mistakes of a nationalistic character committed by individual writers and historians in dealing with Tartar history. This is, once again, same website, stolenhistory.org, if you want to check it out. So props to him, her, Z. The country of Tartary, called Great Tartary, to distinguish it from the Lesser in Europe. There was a Lesser Tartary and a Greater Tartary? But of the old abandoned cities of Tartary, not a tradition remains. They are tombs.
So this is where he does his research from fucking conspiracy theory websites.
Without an epitaph. Hokkengabet is the name. Travels in Tartary, Tibet, and China. You often in those parts of Tartary meet with the remains of great towns and the ruins of fortresses very nearly resembling those of the Middle Ages in Europe. Upon turning up the soil in those places, it is not unusual to find lances, arrows, portions of farming implements, and urns filled with Korean money. Let's talk about the vegetable lamb of Tartary. It's a fable, and this is its interpretation. Amongst the curious myths of the Middle Ages, none were more extravagant and persistent than that of the vegetable lamb of Tartary, known also as the Scythian lamb and the Boromets, or the Baromets, the latter title being derived from a Tartar word, so they even knew words that were Tartarian, in other words, signifying a lamb. This lamb was described as being at the same time both a true animal and a living plant. Okay, so that doesn't make any sense because those are two different species, plants and animals. According to some writers, this composite, or this sort of hybrid plant animal was the fruit of a tree which sprang from a seed like that of a melon or gourd.
So the minute you realize that that's impossible, it doesn't make any sense. You should have stopped right there and said, this is fucking horseshit. What the fuck are these people believing? But you didn't, did you? You kept reading.
And when the fruit or seed pod of this tree was fully ripe, it burst open and disclosed to view within it a little lamb. In the course of time, another version of the story was circulated in which the lamb was not described as being the fruit of a tree, but as being a living lamb attached by its navel to a short stem rooted in the earth. Now think about what's happening here. This lamb, it grew out of the ground and it was attached, its navel was attached to the plant, and the plant was stuck in the ground, okay? And it was a living lamb that was attached to a plant in the ground. Doesn't make any sense, right? Okay. The stem or stalk in which the lamb was thus supposed above the ground was sufficiently flexible to allow the animal to bend downward and browse on the herbage within its reach. When all the grass within the length of its tether had been consumed, the stem withered and the lamb died. This plant lamb was reported to have bones, blood, and delicate flesh, and to be a favored food of wolves, though no other carnivorous animal would attack it. So, let's go over this again. It's a plant that springs out a lamb. The plant is tethered to its navel. The lamb feeds on all the herbage all around the plant, and then when it's done feeding, it dies. Okay? So that's the myth. Totally weird, right? Totally weird. Like, what are they talking about? It says right here, I remember to have read some time ago in a very ancient Hebrew book entitled in Latin, the Talmud. It's in the Talmud, and written by a Jewish rabbi, assisted by others in the year of salvation 436.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
That a certain personage named Moses, of course his name is Moses, Moses Goldberg, he being a native of Ethiopia, affirmed on the authority of Rabbi Simeon that there was a certain country of the earth which bore a zoophyte, or a plant animal called in the Hebrew Jedua. The Jews had it too. And from its navel grew a stem or root by which this zoophyte or plant animal was fixed, attached like a gourd to the soil below.
Yes, this guy has excellent discernment.
The surface of the ground, and according to the length of its stem or root, it devoured all the herbage which it was able to reach within the circle of its tether. Again, the same story. We all know if you say lambs, like in a religious sense, at least like Christians be like, well, it's the Lamb of God, right? So why a lamb?
No, most people when you say lamb, think of a fucking lamb.
So there's lots of verses with lambs. So beware of false prophets, which come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ravening wolves. Remember, In one of those things, in one of the explanations of the vegetable lamb of Tartary, they said that the only thing that can kill it is a wolf. Okay? Isaiah 65:25 says, "The wolf and the lamb shall feed together, and the lion shall eat straw like a bullock." Luke 10:30 says, "Go your ways, behold, I send you forth as lambs among wolves." Isaiah 11:6 through 9.
So, wow, this guy's so fucking far out in the weeds.
Wolf shall dwell with the lamb, and the leopard shall lie down with the kid, and the calf and the young lion and the fatling together, and the child shall lead them. Mary had a little lamb. Its fleece was white as snow, and everywhere that Mary went, the lamb was sure to go. Now we have lamb and Mary. Now the explanation for Mary's had a little lamb is like, no, this actually happened in a school one time, and there was this one guy here, and Mary brought a lamb in, and everyone was upset, and then they wrote a nursery rhyme about it. Really? You think that's true? Or you think that's a bunch of...
That's horse shit.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. This is...
So, wow. Hey, Equinox Shadow. This guy's just... Jesus fuck. Holy shit.
The Pythagorean lambda, well known in the Pythagorean schools, referred as the lambda. The Masons.
Yes, lambda is a letter in the Greek alphabet. It's not lamb. Duh. Fuck me. Holy shit.
The Masons,
Yeah, words that sound alike have to be the same words, right?
they give out when you're...
Even if they're two different fucking languages.
An entered apprentice, you get what's known as a pure white lambskin apron. Once again, a lambskin apron. Why a lamb? The Zodiac Man, this is also known as the anthropocosm. It's known as, it's got a bunch of different names. This is your perfected man, and what it is basically a representation as man, or as it's an illustration as man as representative of the entire cosmos. So basically what you have is the houses of the zodiac and the constellations of the zodiac placed on the human being. We've covered this many, many times. The same constellations will be placed in the same places. Taurus is always going to be the neck. Aries is always going to be the head.
Yes, this is astrology. This is satanic. Ask any Christian. Ask them what astrology is.
Okay? So when Jesus is known as the head of the church, this is the cryptic, one of the cryptic things that they're pointing to, okay? Now, many people here know this. This is obviously review, but one of the things that the Aries, the ram, or the lamb is pointing to is your pineal gland. The lamb.
Oh my God.
Is the head. If you're listening at home, this is Zeus, Aman, Ra. It's a sun. It's once again another like sun god character. Once again, a hermetic, Kabbalistic, man, sun god character. If you're listening at home, this is Zeus, Aman, Ra. It's a sun. It's once again another like sun god character. Once again, a hermetic, Kabbalistic.
That's Zeus, Amun, Ra. Yes, Greek and Egyptian all rolled into one. Fuck. Holy shit.
Man, it's the perfected man. Same thing. This is what they're showing. That these people, what they're doing is representing the fact that these people had reached the pineal gland, had got up there.
Right. They knew what the pineal gland was back then? Is that what you're saying?
Had ascended the staircase, if you will, and got and saw the light. Well, we know why it's a lamb now. The lamb is signifying your pineal gland, enlightenment, the head of the church, Christ, the Word of God. And it's also representing the zodiac, because why? The Aries, the lamb, that's when the sun rises. It's a reference to spring, everything springing up.
Enough of this shit. My God, he's an idiot. I mean, he really is a fucking fool. The gematria of games. Fuck me. The Antichrist ritual of COVID-19. Are you serious? I mean, this guy is just... Wow.
A Mayan elder wearing traditional Mayan garb walks into a bar.
So this is Flat Earth, the ultimate litmus test.
He sits down and strikes up a conversation with the bartender, and the bartender says, "Hey, you don't look like you're from around here. Where are you from?" The Mayan elder says, "Earth," and the bartender says, "So what do your people believe in?" And the Mayan elder replies, "Well, our people believe that the earth rests on a giant crocodile sitting in a lake of water lilies." And the bartender says, "Wow, that's fascinating. Tell me more." An Anishinaabe elder, wearing a traditional feathered headdress, walks into a bar. The bartender says, "Hey, partner, where are you from?" And the Anishinaabe elder says, "Around these parts." The bartender says, "The last guy I had in here believed the earth was on a crocodile. What do your people believe in?" And the Anishinaabe elder replies, "Well, our people believe that the earth sits on the back of a giant turtle."
Is this supposed to be a joke? I mean, yeah, it's a joke. But I mean, is this supposed to be like a joke?
Resting in a great ocean. Bartender says, "Wow, that's incredible. Tell me more." A gentleman sitting at the bar then walks up to the bartender and says,
I believe that's from fucking Discworld, dipshit.
"On the back of a giant turtle resting in a great ocean." Bartender says, "Wow, that's incredible. Tell me more." A gentleman sitting at the bar then walks up to the bartender and says, "Hey, I heard you talking with those native wisdom keepers about the earth. Do you know what I believe?" The bartender says, "No, what?" The bar patron says, "I believe that the earth is flat." The bartender says, "The earth is a ball, you idiot. Get the fuck out of my bar."
Ignition sequence starts.
I have no idea what that was. None. No fucking clue.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
I mean, what was the point to that?
All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff. 32 minutes past the hour. Liftoff on Apollo 11.
So we're not going to play the whole thing, but we're going to play the first part of it. I might go through the whole thing later. Guys, this is an hour and 11 minutes long. There is a principle which is a bar against all information, which is proof against all arguments, and which cannot fail to keep a man in everlasting ignorance. That principle is contempt prior to investigation. Yes, you think the earth is flat. You're the fool. You're the ignorant one.
The following video is for educational purposes only.
Gotta get that disclaimer out there so you don't get your fucking channel shut down by what you're gonna show, right? Right? That always works. But no, it's not for entertainment purposes only, because you believe this shit and this is what you're preaching.
Those of you that might not be aware, and for a select few of you this may actually come as quite a shock, but there is a heated debate going on currently with an exponentially growing group of people who believe, and many who are absolutely convinced, that the earth is flat. There are literally hundreds of thousands of people who are exploring the notion that this Mother Earth that we live on does not revolve around the sun and is in fact a motionless flat plane, and the stars, sun, and moon, literally the entirety of the cosmos, revolve around the Earth, a model called geocentrism.
This is not geocentrism. This is not geocentrism, dude. Sorry. And no, nobody is exploring geocentrism. They're talking about it. They can't prove anything. See, geocentrism is a debunked theory from hundreds of years ago.
A majority of these folk are very dedicated to their cause and are making their case with passion and gusto. There are hordes of
but no evidence. Passion and gusto are great when it comes to sports or cooking, but not when it comes to science. You need evidence for science.
independent researchers online who are posting videos with much evidence to support their claims, and average everyday people have taken up doing scientific experiments for themselves to test the veracity of the claims
No, they haven't done any experiments.
made by scientists and
They've done flawed observations, but no experiments.
space agencies across the known world that the Earth is part of a heliocentric or sun-centered system. Blogs have been written, podcasts recorded, comment sections flooded. Hell, there's even been several books written about it.
Right? We don't give a shit what lunatics have written. We just don't.
These people are dedicated and very serious about supporting a new flat Earth model to replace our currently accepted heliocentric system. But as you will come to see, this presentation really isn't going to be about questioning the rotundity of the Earth. It's actually a video ultimately about civility and discourse and the human heart. But
So you have no evidence for your flat Earth. You just have your opinion and your emotions. So that's what I thought. The Kingdom of Hawaii versus Puna Geothermal Venture. Oh my God. Fucking Eddie's a fucking sovereign citizen fuck too. How about that? Man, is there any bullshit that he doesn't get into? The Great Chicago Fire. The Goy's Teeth and the Wicked Theology of the Cohen Brothers. De-occulting the Big Lebowski. Oh my Jesus. It's a fucking movie, dude. It's not real life. 180 degrees of the Holy Trinity and the, oh my God. He's just so fucked in the head. The word that breaks all magic spells. Okay. That's
So tonight I'm here to share with you one of the greatest secrets that I discovered. Tonight we're going to pull back the curtain and I'm going to share with you one of magic's greatest secrets. This is so secret that most magicians don't know it. The secret is...
Wait, does he think magic's real? Hey, Tatum's Tantrum. How are you doing? Good to have you here. They think movies and shows are real. Of course they do. Of course they do. They think that magic's real.
a magic word that has transformational power. In fact, it's the universal magic word, and you all know it. What's the universal magic word? Abracadabra. Where does abracadabra come from, and what does it mean? It means what I speak is what I create.
Abracadabra etymology. Come from the Aramaic phrase avracadabra, which means I create as I speak. Oh, okay. So, how does...
All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Gnostic Church and Academy of Lord Jesus.
I'm not going to watch any of this. I'm not going to watch 2.5 hours. I mean, it just... Only in a world so God sick. Okay.
Been listening to the lies of the televised tales, have wailed at the songs they've sung, been strung out of melodies that clot the blood, playing tunes angry and rough. Enough is enough, I've done had my fill, still got some fight in me. If I try to please them all, I fall all again, and heaven won't welcome me in, and heaven won't welcome me
Oh, Jesus. So, yeah, this guy is just totally fucked in the head. His head is filled with garbage and coleslaw. The alchemy of Disney's Sword in the Stone. The alchemy of Disney's Sword in the Stone. Okay. Does he actually know what the Sword in the Stone is? So that was Marty Leeds, a complete fucking idiot. Archaics refuses to debate. Okay, here we go. So Archaics refuses to debate. Awesome. I've challenged him to a debate. I've challenged Marty Leeds to debate me on the shape of the earth.
They can email me and they can make that email public and make me answer that. That's what I do to Graham Hancock. That's what I do to Billy Carson. That's what I've done to Randall Carlson. That's what I've done to Jimmy Corsetti. They can email me and they can make that email public and make me answer that. That's what I do to Graham Hancock. That's what I do to Billy Carson. That's what I've done to Randall Carlson. That's what I've done to Jimmy Corsetti. That's what I've done to Matt McCrow. Yeah, I publicize my call outs. They can do the same thing. I'm not talking about these peons who don't have standing in the community. Yeah, you have to have value. You have to have standing in the community. You have to show. I'm not talking about some peon channel that wants to make a name for themselves that's never even accomplished anything. I'll name one right now. There's a real moron called Gnostic Academy.
Hey everybody, Marty Leeds here. Just so you know, I'm like so over this, by the way.
So that guy said, I don't debate channels that don't have a lot of viewers.
I don't really care, but I figured I'd keep anyone up to date who is interested. So Archaics won't respond to me personally, but apparently he will drive around calling me names and things like that. So just so you know, refusing a debate because a person claims that someone is not worthy or unqualified is a logical fallacy. To any of the errants out there that want to know, I'm more than qualified to debate really anyone on these topics. Just so you know, I've been doing this since 2011. I've already had a YouTube account deleted with, I think, like 55,000 subs at the time.
Cool. So then you'll accept my challenge to debate you, to debate the shape of the earth. Right?
I've been on a lot of the same podcasts, or some of the same podcasts as Jason, like Alpha Vedic, for instance, numerous times. I was actually supposed to be a lead speaker with Jason at the conference of Music and Sky, this last one. I couldn't go, and then he was not allowed to be there because of his relationship with Matthew May. So I've written over, I think, 10 books, something like that. Not all are still in print, but I think I have 6 or 7 in print right now. I've made 11 documentary films. In fact, I just made a 2-part documentary film this year called Project Whistleblower.
Oh my!
And exposing Pfizer. And
oh my dear fucking sweet Jesus! Look at this shit. Pizzagate. Oh my fucking God.
This year called Project Whistleblower, and exposing Pfizer and James O'Keefe. I've made 11 music albums. I have hundreds of podcasts from a previous show called the Marty Leeds Mathematical Radio Hour, and I have over 140 sermons through the church that we do now. So,
wait, King Leeds? Isn't that the symbol for Neptune? Astrology symbols. No. So he just come up with his own fucking bullshit symbol. Okay.
I have hundreds of podcasts from a previous.
So it's a female symbol with horns. That's what his symbol is. It's the symbol for female with horns on it.
Show called the Marty Leeds Mathematical Radio Hour, and I have over 140 sermons through the church that we do now. So, and I have tons of edited and other videos that I've created over the years, like hundreds and hundreds of them, many of which I can't even put on YouTube because of censorship and things like that. So, to boot, beyond.
So, in other words, he's posted a lot of stuff about 9/11 and shit like that.
All of this, I've also renovated 3 entire properties in the last year. Or last 5 years, I should say. One in 5-6 years. One in Hawaii, one up north in Wisconsin, then one in Missouri here that we actually built from the ground floor. So, so these are my data sets. So apparently this is what Archaics calls not accomplishing anything. So now, if your eyes are open to this entire thing, if your eyes are open at all, this is extremely transparent. Anybody can really see what's going on here. And that's Archaic.
Hey, Jacob Wright. Hopefully.
Has gotten, he's been outed, and he's running from answering his bullshit. And that's exactly what I'm just offering to do with a conversation or debate. I'm just going to challenge him on some core things that he's presenting, and that's exactly what I did in those videos, of course.
Right, and that's what I'm doing. That's what I've challenged you to debate your core beliefs. Yes.
So he's not interested in a conversation. He's not responding to me. He's not responding in any of the comments. There's a bunch of errants that have actually messaged him, or several that I know now that have messaged him saying, hey, you should debate Marty Leeds. He's blocking anybody, or this is what I've been told him, not on X or Twitter, but he's blocking anybody that's asking for a debate, with me and things like that. So this is completely out of my hands, and I really don't care at all. Just so you know, I don't care at all. But I figured I'd keep people up to date about what's going on. So, so he's not willing to talk. He's not willing to debate, and there's nothing I can do about this. So, Archaics, just so you know, info@gnosticacademy.org is my email. You can email me at any point, and we can set up a conversation. And anyone, anytime you want to chat.
Cool. Let's send him an email. Compose. Info at gnosticacademy.org. Challenge to debate the shape of the earth. I challenge you to a debate on the shape of the earth. We will both bring our evidence to back up our claims in an open, fair forum.
Me at any point, and we can set up a conversation. And
sent. Hey, Ace.
And anyone, anytime you want to chat, balls in your court. So, all right.
Yep, balls in your court.
That's it. God bless everybody. Much love.
See, that's why I played this one, and that would be the last one. So I challenged him to come to the chat and watch me tear him apart. And he didn't do that. He hasn't replied to any of my comments challenging him to a debate. I've left 3. And so let's see what he has to say. What do you think he's going to chicken out or not? Put a 1 if you think he's going to chicken out. Put a 2 if you think he'll take the challenge. Accept the challenge. Yeah, it's not just a law of thermodynamics that you don't understand. Exactly. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I'll have some more stuff for you tomorrow. What is Archaic's position on Earth? I don't know. I don't think he said anything. I don't think he said it. Damn. Yeah, I don't think he will. But he may. Who knows? So, all right. Thanks for watching, guys. Click like, subscribe. Click the notification bell icon so you can be sure to be alerted the next time I go live. Hey, Daryl M. Good to have you here. Drop some money in the kitty if you want to. If you can. And until next time, thanks for watching.